What's up, everybody? Jeff Skinner here, man, with the Rockwall Veterans Business Alliance coming to you. Casey's going to join us here in just a few minutes. He's kind of getting set up. Everybody's getting ready for New Year's Eve and everything. Just want to come and say welcome to a little impromptu $10,000 Thursday. Our boy Doc Rannigan is up in Colorado with his family, enjoying some family time and some things like that. So we'll miss you guys, but hope you're having fun. And want to just come this afternoon or this evening and just say, I hope everybody killed it this last week. It's kind of I was told this week that it's kind of like the black hole of 2020, right? So you get that everybody's festive all the way up until Christmas. And then you tear all the Christmas stuff down and trees and lights and all that stuff. And then you have this like black hole in the week. And it's meetings and it's days off and it's catching up and it's focusing on, what's coming up next and ready to hit the grind on the week 1 of 2021. So just wanted to come and chat with you guys, keep some consistency going on. We got a couple of guys coming in a little bit late with us, but I hope everybody's doing good. And I'm just going to get over here to the comments and see who's joining us over here. So anyway, today, just a little bit about our week over here. We kind of started some game planning for what's coming up in 2021 as far as the content we're going to be providing in the first quarter, which is 12 or 13 weeks of everything that's going to be taking place with the Rockwall Veterans Business Alliance, as well as the Patriot Business Alliance. So as many of you know, we appreciate your continued support, all of the, time and effort spent with the Rockwall Veterans Business Alliance this year. It's been phenomenal. And if you go back and watch last week's video, you'll see some of the wins that we had. I like our boy Stephen Colin. He said get some wins, don't be beta. I like that, get some wins thing. So we got a lot of wins this year in regards to kind of a tumultuous, weird kind of year where there wasn't a lot of positivity floating around unless you fed yourself with positivity. And we talk about that pretty often, about you are what you eat, as far as the things you watch, listen to, the physical food you put in your body, the people you hang around with, etc. So, there's something to be said about this black hole of a week, right? It's kind of one of those things where it's time to clear the clutter off of your desk. It's time to figure out, what the next step is, go back and look at the goals you've planned for 2021 and start putting some action to them. There's no better time than now to put some action to your action is the only way I can say it. So, the power of habit is a big deal when it comes to taking action in your business. You want to sit down and you want to create good habits, and you want to create the planning process, and you want to, turn yourself into almost a creature of habit is kind of, I'm a creature of habit personally. Didn't used to always be good habits, but now they're habits of productivity and planning and organization, and also habits of being involved with good groups of guys and girls that are successful. The RVBA this year grew leaps and bounds. If we're talking membership numbers, we're right at that 65 to 70 mark or whatever. But as far as business revenue goes, the things that we accomplished this year as an alliance was outstanding. Let's bring in our boy Casey. There he is.
Hey.
There he is.
We had a little technical difficulties, y'all.
Nah, sorry about that. Hey, man, I was just jumping in and saying hello to everybody and just kind of talking real quick about, the power of habits. We were talking offline now about building habits and how important those habits are.
Right.
Yeah. So, tell us some habits you have, that are small habits with big outcomes.
Okay, the biggest one is
what's up, Mr. Rick Johnson? I see you up there, Bubba.
Hey, Rick, what's up, man? So Rick is a guy on point with this habit. This is a habit of looking for free throws. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big. Yeah, I know, Coach. I didn't pay attention to you in high school. Fine, I'm sorry. Okay, but I'm working on my free throws now. Okay. I'm working on my free throws now, and I know that free throws are the secret way to win in basketball.
Yeah.
And free throws are the secret way to win in life. So free throws in life, get up before the sun comes up.
Yeah.
right? Monday through Friday. You don't have to do that on Saturday, Sunday.
Man, I suck at that, bro. I've been trying that,
but
God.
you got to do what works for you, man. Because 4 to 8 watch works for me.
Yeah.
Right. That was probably in my head from 5 years in the Coast Guard, but maybe 8 to 11 watch works for you. Get the wife to bed, get the kids to bed, do your family time, and then work from 8 to 11, right? Do a few things to make sure you can dominate the next day. You don't have to get up at 4. And my brain is off at about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, right? But at about 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up, I'm awake, I'm thinking, I'm working. That works for me. That's my free throw. Your free throw might be from 8 to 11. Get on that watch, man. Remember that watch routine? Whether you did it, but that's anyway, looking for free throws, right? And here's another free throw. Look for free throws in everything you do, man. How do you better yourself? Continuing education, reading books, learning from masters, getting a mentor, building an alliance, right? That's a free throw. Right? You think Jordan could have won? I don't know how many championships did he win? Doesn't matter. I can't remember.
Like 5 or 6.
Yeah, right. How many NBA championship games has LeBron been to? Don't even know. It's over 11. What about Tom Brady?
Oh man, too many.
He's got that gauntlet like Thanos has. You think he got that by himself? No, he did not get that by himself. There were people like, I know you hate him, Belichick. People like Gronkowski, people like who remembers Randy Moss when he sucked and he played for the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
But when he got on the right team, he built an alliance. What's up, Chief Garrett? Thank you guys for giving a shout out. But when he made an alliance, he leveled up. So that's a free throw. Like for me, I'm just gonna say. This the beard brigade. I know everybody makes fun of us, right? Like, hey, you got to have a beard to be on your show, blah blah blah. Rick, you can tape a little goatee on to be fine, man. I don't know if you can grow a beard, man. I know there's a couple of our guests who have been like, hey, I can't grow a beard, so I can't be in your group, blah blah blah. But
no, we welcome the non-bearded.
Yeah,
it's okay, but you can't be always with. Not everybody can have beautiful, luscious beards.
But the thing about it is like build a team, man, because it's a silly expression, but it's a true expression. Teamwork makes the dream work, and you cannot get where you want to go if you don't take your team with you. And more importantly, you can't get where you want to go if your team doesn't take you there. So that's a big takeaway from 2020.
Here's a good comment that just came in right now. Put yourself in a state of discomfort and then overcome it. That's very similar to what I always say is real change comes in uncomfortable situations.
Man,
that's solid, brother, because habits are not always comfortable, right? It's when you're getting into a habit, it's not always easy. And to be quite honest with you, some habits take longer. They say 30 days to make a habit. Some habits take longer to actually form a habit, you got to be uncomfortable, and I get that. Casey, I got to go move my truck. Go ahead and hold down the fort real quick.
Yeah. Apparently, there's police on Skinner Street. They don't like that Marine Corps truck. I'm not sure what it is, but we're not going to hold it against him. So, Kevin Reno Soder, thank you. Hey, just so you guys know who this is the Special Forces operator. He's recently become a friend of ours. We did not. This is a friendship, part of our alliance that we didn't even know that we were going to have, and this has really been a blessing. And that's a whole big part of why we're doing what we're doing is to continue to build this veteran and patriot business alliance. You don't have to be a veteran to be in this group, right? In fact, a lot of folks aren't. A lot of our bigger contributors and supporters are not, and that it's not a requirement to serve to be in this group. What the requirement is that you have service first in your heart, right? And that whether or not you want or have served your community or served your country, is that service first is in your heart, right? Because there's a saying that I love, and I was talking to about it. The first guy I met, the first veteran I befriended when I got out of the service and I went to college, and there I was, just a young kid with my GI Bill, trying to get an education because I wanted to better myself.
Long time.
I met this guy named Louis Medina, and
Mm.
we have been friends ever since. And it's been like 30 years. We're still, this guy still puts up with me. But we met in the VA office at the University of City College. I won't even say where it is, but it rhymes with Houston, Texas. And we're the only two veterans on the goddamn campus. The only two, right? Applying for our GI Bill. And we've been friends ever since. But here's the deal, man, is that it's always been a service first attitude. It's like, how can I help others?
Yeah.
Right? And that's all that matters, man. That's all that it's about. It's a dedication to betterment of not only yourself, but to everyone else. And back to, why is that relevant? What does that have to do with the RVBA? What does it have to do with the overall message? What is the free throw? Well, look, man, every person out there who's talking and hawking their wares on betterment and self-improvement, this, that, and the other, in my opinion, many of them, if not all of them, learned from the first person to break the mold on this, Napoleon Hill. And he said, you can get anything you want in life, right? As long as you're willing to give others the service in excess of what they want.
Man,
right?
I'm telling you, that's a powerful statement, because anytime you think of other people before yourself, you have that age-old golden rule, right? The golden rule of treat others how you want to be treated. Well, some people think that art is lost, but I don't think it is. I really don't think it is.
No.
When you surround yourself with positivity, you still see that. I had a conversation with a client today. It's a brand new client. And thank you, by the way, for you and Mrs. Ashmore's referral, because it led to a new relationship for me and my business. And he was asking, and we were just getting to know each other. And, I was telling him a little bit about who I was and what I did. And he's been a past chamber president. And he was saying some of the same exact things that we say on this podcast or live, whatever you want to call it, for weeks and weeks and weeks, about putting service before self will always, always, always put you in the win category. Does that mean life's going to be easy? Does it mean it's going to be fair? Hell no, not at all. But you put a little paycheck in the heart, right?
Right here.
A little paycheck in the heart every week. Those tough times, they don't seem so tough, man. And if you get that service before self mentality, you don't have to be a vet to have that.
No,
you just have to have the good heart, man.
No, I completely agree with that. And that is exactly what it's all about. And that transcends this organization, but it is such a mind shift. I don't know if you can quantify it any other way, but it really is a mind shift. Like when you start thinking about, I'm going to put service to others first, what it can mean as a reward to you and your, just as a person, here's an example, Jeff, you send an email to our American Legion commander, which I didn't even realize that the Rockwall Veterans Business Alliance has turned itself from 48 months ago was just like a happy hour group, right? Like a Wednesday, let's go have a beer.
Yep.
Right. And then there was a paradigm shift where me, you, Rannigan, Rick Burness, Aaron Withrow, Ben Northcutt, Laura Lee Litherland, Lupe Gonzalez, a bunch of other people kind of had a little come together at the Hilton, and we're like, this happy hour thing isn't big enough. It's not a big enough goal for this organization, and we need to start thinking about a bigger impact. And here it is, a bigger impact where it's transformed itself from chamber networking group.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, right? A chamber networking where we're meeting each other, deepening relationships, forming business, mentoring, alliances, whatever. But that's not what it was 2 years ago. That's not even what it was 14, 15 months ago.
No, man, you know what it was? It was a time for the same group of people to get around the same areas, to drink the same drinks and eat the same chips and salsa. And you're dead
With
on.
a few service projects.
Yeah, I mean, and we had to. I mean, we've always supported Lone Star Casa. Anybody who knows that knows us, and that's a big thing to us. But what you're talking about is the mindset shift and going back to that service before self. You know, we looked at it from a business standpoint as business owners and said, look, there's more to this group than just hanging around, shooting the shit every week, talking about the same things. Let's go out and establish an alliance that really has an effect on small businesses, which I was, and I still am. I was in that 1 year mark, man. So I was still like, what am I doing? I'm just hustling. I'm making it up. I'm going, whatever. That mindset shift changed to a service before self. That's the point I think you're trying to make, because once we made that shift, everything, the whole synergy was different. Everything was different. So let's talk about that, because we're hitting on some good points. That service before self thing. Let's talk how we can apply that to our business, right? Because we all know giving back is great and supporting nonprofits, etc. Let's talk about how we can apply that in our business on a day-to-day.
Well, I here's one thing that I think about, you know, reflecting on how do you apply. Here's a free throw. Okay. You're looking for a free throw. You're looking for a way to level up. Have quarterly meetings, man. Even if it's quarterly meetings with yourself.
Yeah.
Have a quarterly meeting where you plan out what your strategic initiative is going to be for the next 90 days. You know, Jeff sent me something today, and I'm usually the guy that is privileged and proud to develop the content on a week to week basis, right? You know, like we do a big strategic meeting where here's the overall concept. And then on a week to week basis, I like to mine those little golden nuggets so that we have lots of good content to develop, to talk about, to work with. Jeff, you know, on his own initiative, bam, he's got like a 180-day plan and he just shoots it out there. Pow, like that's a free throw, right? You know, so what's your 180-day plan to level up how you're going to contribute to the community, how you're going to contribute to your own professional business alliance? And that includes this group, but everyone else that's in your sphere of influence, right? You know, like think about the last 12 months. Who are your best clients? Who are your worst clients? Who are your intermediate clients? That's your sphere of influence for the last 12 months, right? The clients who left, got a little heartburn. How can you make that better, right? What is your plan to rekindle, right? You know, so like take a look at that, man. Take inventory of that and come up with that. You're going to have for some of you, it's holiday. And for others of you, it's routine. And for some of you, it's holiday routine. And for those of us who are in the service or first responders, that's holiday for some and routine for others. And if you want to be better than you were in 2019 and 2020, that's routine, right? So instead of taking a 4-day weekend and just blowing it out and having a lot of champagne and definitely eat your black-eyed peas, because we all need some good luck after 2020. But maybe lay off the champs a little bit. Maybe like scale back the champs, have a little extra black-eyed peas, right? But here's the deal, man. Get your strategic game plan out in the, you know, I got my 2020 vision board over here, and I'm going to be writing down the 2021. I didn't used to do a vision board until I met Jeff Skinner and Mike Brannigan. That was not something I did. I write my goals down every day. That's a free throw that because for just 2 reasons. It get your mindset right before the workday and get your mindset right at the end of the day, right? Write your goals down at the end of the day. So that way you're when you're going to bed at night, you're thinking about your goals. It's the last thing you're thinking about.
I
You're
think
thinking
while you're running through those goals, I mean, I want to go back real quick just for a second, because I want to see how we're going to apply service before self into our business. And what I'm taking away from what you're saying is that you're providing service before self because you're actually mapping out what the Ashmore law firm wants to do for your clients, right? So I don't want I don't want to overlook what you're saying, because that's important. When you didn't have a read board and now you do have a read board, that's a mindset shift of your service before self, applying that to your clients. Because really, when a business plans, the whole goal behind that is to plan for success, not only for your business, but for your clients. Yeah.
right. So one thing that's critical is, instead of thinking about, hey, I've got to make X amount of profit on this job, right?
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about, I've got to have X amount of profit for this quarter. When you set all that aside and you just start focusing on the value you can provide, and I'm going to sound like a broken record here, man, but when you provide useful service that is in excess of what you're being paid, right? Whether that's through I don't care what everybody has a package, right? You got your free package. And if you don't have a free package, you need to watch our video on free packages, right? Everybody's got a free, and you need to have a free, right? You got to have a free built in there, whether that's I'm going to come do a walkthrough on your property, and I'm going to spec out your build, and that's my free. But you better make sure that you have because we're living in the day and age of information, if you didn't know, and more people are stuck at home with their only companion is the Google, right? The Oracle or Safari, right? So what do you think they're doing? They're Googling the heck. Google everything.
It's out
right? Google fact check Ashmore. He's full of crap on X, Y, and Z, right? They're doing it, man. So they're coming to you with more information than ever before.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the age of transparency. It is an age where you've got to exceed in value everything. And even if you already did it before, you got to level up. It's got to be even more than you used to do.
Do you think the fact that information is so readily accessible, is that a pro or a con for a business owner? I think that in my industry, it's a little both, right? So being the technology industry, I like when my clients do a little bit of research. I like when they understand when I'm talking to them about what's going on, because when they understand what I'm doing, they're better. The investment for them seems better, right?
Yeah. So I'm a big believer. I used to not be, but as I've gotten more and more comfortable with information and the sharing of information, because sometimes I will admit that back in 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I got to overcome all the dumb things that they figured out on their Google search.
Yeah.
Right. All the misinformation they got in their Google search. And I will say this, that there is still misinformation out there, but for the most part, if they're good about what they're looking for, they do get good information and they come in better prepared. And if they're better prepared to be a customer, then there's less uncertainty, which means when they feel and you get them comfortable that you're a straight shooter, you're not in it to make look, man, you don't want to sign a contract with me today. That's okay. You know why? Because I'm going to be here in 30 days. I'm going to be here in 60 days. I'm going to be here in 90 days. And as a matter of fact, if you signed a contract today, you'd be on a 90-day wait list anyway, right? Because Black Level is stacked up, right? And even with our additional technician that we added on, right, we got a new hire, we still are 75 days from getting to your property. So it's okay if you want to think about it, if you want to do this, you want to do that. I'm actually good with the fact that you want to do this, do that, do that. And I think that if they're better informed,
Yeah.
with good information, right? And sometimes you got to get to the kernel, and you got to get to do you have good information that's leading to positive, good questions, or have you stumbled upon misinformation that I got to clarify? And I do feel like sometimes they get some misinformation. And I'm not gonna disparage but there are some, in my profession, there are some political action committees and other committees that are, they're out there to push an agenda, and they do from time to time. I think they overcommit to what is a realistic possibility. That could be a possible outcome, but you got to remember that our profession is kind of locked in a little bit different way. We're heavily regulated, man. I mean,
yeah, but here's the thing about it is misinformation is also an educational point in my book, right? No matter what industry you're in, I think when you find that someone has misinformation, or let's just call it for what it is. If they got bad information, you as the industry professional should be able to step up and say, listen, Mr. or Mrs. Client, I think what you might have read may be a little bit to the left field, but here's what I know in my 17 plus years of professional career in this industry. Then they're going to understand, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't always mean you win the sale, man. I did I did 130 projects this year, but I probably did 200 walkthroughs. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But I gained more relationships by being upfront, honest, candid, integrity first, right? Not every client's my client. I'll tell you that right now. Not all money's good money. That's a quote from our boy Doc. And I love that. So
yeah,
you do run across the fact that your clients have misinformation. I believe it's your job, whether you're the owner, the sales guy, the PM, whatever it may be, to correct that tactfully, right? Have some tact with it.
I'll relate to you a 7-8 years ago. Client comes in the office, says, I want to do A, B, and C. And I look at their case and I'm like, hey, you can do that, but this is you gotta meet this burden before you can do any of that. And they were like, no, we don't want to do any of that. And I'm telling them, I'm like, hey, look, I'm looking at this law, and this law says you got to do 1, 2, and 3 before you have the right to file a lawsuit and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't like that answer. And they went with a different vendor. They went to a different law firm. They filed a lawsuit, which was not my advice. I told them not to file that lawsuit. I told them to do 1, 2, and 3. They decided not to do 1, 2, and 3. They wanted to go right to step 4. They filed the lawsuit. They got their lawsuit thrown out because they didn't do step 1, step 2, step 3. Right. Sometimes there are these prerequisites to filing, right, to asserting your claims, or even if you do have the right to file a lawsuit, there's these prerequisites that you got to get the other side. And this is especially true in a business relationship. Not in every case, but in a lot of cases, you've got to get the other side. You got to let them have an opportunity to cure. You got to let them have an opportunity to fix whatever you think the error is before you have the right to just go, damn it, I want all my money back, and I want 3 times my attorney's fees. You got to give them a chance to fix it before you get that right. Even if state law says, hey, you got a statute that says you get to get all your money back and 3 times your attorney's fees. That's a qualified right. You got to go do 1, 2, 3. They didn't like that. And one of the most flattering calls I ever got was 5 years after they did not hire me. They called me back and said, you're the smartest lawyer we ever met. They actually didn't call me. They called my wife. And I was like, I'm definitely not the smartest lawyer you ever met, but whatever. And they called my wife and said, we wish we'd taken that advice because we went ahead with step 4. and it didn't work out too well.
I
Right.
like that story, man, because I relate that to a business, right? In your business, I'm training in my new guy, and he's working out awesome, right? And I always bring up that exact thing in a different story, right? You
Yeah.
can't get to step 4 without step 1, 2, and 3. It's like going to drive your car. You got to step 1, open the front door.
Yeah.
Step 2, unlock your truck. Step 3, put the key in. Step 4, put it in drive. So put that in perspective for your business while you're planning. I mean, look, let's just say it for what it is. If you haven't started planning for 2021, you're so far behind the power curve right now. You better skip your champagne tonight and get to work. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
But steps are important. Everybody knows, my guys know, my leadership team knows I'm a process guy. That's me. That's just who I am. You have to understand that there are steps in your business that you must take to be successful. And going back to what we were saying earlier, and what Casey was saying, step 1 should be finding yourself an alliance. What if that's us, or if that's a Houston alliance, or we have people that watch us in El Paso, whatever.
Maine. People are watching us in Maine.
Someone hit us up from the East Coast, way up there by Canada. So the bottom line to it is find yourself an Avengers team. Go back to our series in the summer that we did a whole section on. Get yourself an alliance and get involved with that. Don't just show up and expect things to happen. Do the steps. Go through the steps, and don't just go through them. Go through them intimately. Step 2, step 3, because what you're trying to do is understand those steps, pass those steps on to your employees or your partners in your business or whatever, so you can make them better as well. That's what we're here to do, make each other better.
Right on. I mean, here's the thing. How many of you quit working for somebody who used to say, I can't find good help?
Yeah, me.
How many? Yeah, me. Right. How many of you?
You're like, I'm right here, dude.
Yeah, like, I'm good help, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you talking about,
man? You got the most talented motherfucker out there on your team, and you're saying, I can't find good help.
You're looking right past the good help. Yeah.
Right. Here's the deal, man. You screen these people thoroughly, right? You're not hiring, oh, you got a pulse? Okay. It ain't like the girls that you were trying to pick up on shore leave, right? Are you alive? Are you breathing? Can you convert oxygen into carbon dioxide, right? You're talking about people you are screening to serve your clients.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a little off color. I'm sorry.
But your brand is.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? You're screening these people. You know that they got talent. You would not have hired them if they didn't have the potential.
Yes.
Why don't you you cannot get where you want to go if you don't develop them. Right? If you don't if you don't spend the time to teach them how to do what you do, you can't get where you want to go.
Dude, and you can't
get where you want to go if you don't take them with you.
Yeah, and you can't rush that process. I just had this talk with Jared today, talking about, wanting to be further along, this, that, and the other, just kind of thinking out, okay, I brought my new guy in. I don't know how many people do this, and went over our goals and told him what my goals were with the business and shared those with him.
Yeah.
Create that buy-in. You have to understand that when you bring people into your company, you're really bringing people into your family and to your brand. You know what I mean? These people we work with and that work for us, we spend a hell of a lot of time with them, a lot more time than we do with our family. I can guarantee you that. Yeah. So why not consider them a part of the family and treat them as such? You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because I can't find good help. Yes, that is an issue, and every business owner faces it. But if you have a team and you're saying, I can't find help, maybe be a part of the solution. And if that means you got to fire some dudes or some girls, kick their ass to the curb. If they're bad, it's that start a match in the field and burn the whole town down kind of mentality. Like, get rid of them. If you got good people, take great care of them and let them know that you love them.
Yeah, that's absolutely critical, because they are in fact part of your alliance, right? We're talking about how do you I think it's I'm going to misstate the number, but statistically it's something like 50% of small business owners are one person LLCs. Maybe it's more than 50. It might even be as high as 60 something percent. A single member LLC, which means they were all technicians and they were either never able to attract good support or help, or they were never able to retain good support or help.
In 2020, the number of small businesses in the U.S. reached 31.7 million.
Okay. I wonder what the percentage of single members are, right? You know, where you're the chief mail clerk, bottle washer, technician, and janitor, right? You know, how fun is that to do every single job? Really, more importantly, how efficient is that to do every single job in the business?
Dude, it's tough because I'm doing it right now, and I can tell you, man, sometimes I get stretched to my limits. You know what I mean? I'll just go on record right now and say I failed as a business owner in the last 6 weeks of 2020 because I was unable to keep up with demand. I was unable to call people back quick enough. I met with a client today that went and got all of his own equipment, and he said, "Man, I just couldn't wait on you." And I said, "I'm sorry, but unfortunately, what else can you say other than just being honest and go, man, I'm sorry." So small businesses, us, the guys that are doing everything, it's a tough, stinking job.
You get stretched, man. You get stretched, and you gotta
have with all to push through.
Yeah, you got to figure out how to multiply yourself.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
you're watching this, or you share it later, or you share it with your friends, and you've come up with that solution, or you have figured out, how did I go from a small stretching myself to the max then to growing your business? Reach out to us. We want to get you on here and get you on the live.
Yeah.
We can explain that to other people. Hell, I want to talk to you.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing to do, to multiply yourself. And in fact, it's a very difficult thing to be able to do, because
look at this book my wife bought me for Christmas.
I need to read that.
I said, did you hear me say that on the Facebook lives or whatever? She's like, "Nope, I just know you need it." Boom. I don't know. I haven't even cracked it open yet, but I'm gonna read this sucker this weekend. So
yeah, that's a good.
And the thing on here on the top of this says, build a team that understands your vision, shares your passion, and runs your business for you. This is exactly what we're talking about, guys. You building a team, looking within. Don't overlook the people that are good. If you got bad people, kick them to the curb and fill the spot with somebody else. Look, it doesn't always have to be someone that you hire that's an industry professional. You know why? Because some of those guys, like myself, if they hire me, I got 17 years. I'm already set in my ways. I'm okay with hiring somebody new and taking my time to culture that relationship and culture that growth.
Yeah.
That's for the long term. So, man, 2020 is over, brother.
2020, it's 6:54, and it's about 2 hours from bedtime for me.
Yep.
4:40 comes early, dog.
Man,
free throws.
I had a great year, man.
Man, you know what? Okay, look, like last closing thought, final rounds for 2020. Here's what I'm going to say, man. Hey, Darren, that's great. If you don't share your goals and strategies with your team, how could you ever expect them to buy into your dreams? You're absolutely right, man. And you've got to buy into theirs, man.
Yeah.
Right. So Rick, Jamie, Kevin, Rick Johnson, Rod, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for putting up with our, Barry,
Garrett.
Chief Garrett. Thank you guys for putting up with us all year. There's so many people to thank, but here's one thing. When you're punching above your weight and you're stepping into the ring day after day, and you think you have had a bad day, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Think about the last day you couldn't go to work.
Yeah.
Right? Think you've had a bad day. So something came to my attention today, and 2020 has been a challenging year for all of us, but the first lawyer I ever worked for broke his broke his neck and was paralyzed from the neck down when he was 22 years old, which means he went to law school. He went to college.
Good night, really.
He went to law school, and he became a lawyer and practiced law for 22 years till his body gave out on him in a wheelchair, man, in a wheelchair. So your fucking worst day ever was probably better than Jim Savage's best day ever. Okay.
It's perspective, brother.
You know, like I'm just going to say, man, you've never had a bad day when you've met somebody like Jimmy Savage, right? And that guy, nothing could get him down. Nothing could get him down because he had control of this, right? Because this was literally all he had left. He operated a powered wheelchair, right? With his mind, right? I mean, what a gift that guy was to the rest of it. Anyway, bottom line is 2020's been a kick in the balls for a lot of us. So many friends, industries, what have you, shut down, redirected. You're not essential. Go home for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 14 weeks. I got a friend down in South America. He has not been able to return to work because he's been considered non-essential. He's in the tourist industry. He runs a hotel and an Airbnb. You know, they're just like, whatever, dude. Sorry. I don't know how you're going to feed your family. Hopefully there'll be a $2,000 check. Oh, it might be $600. You know, but the bottom line is you've got to get your mindset right.
Yeah. You got to stay positive. Look, guys, we said it last week. We said,
hey, it's dog time.
We said it last week, right? You are what you eat. You know, I think that's kind of the closing statement for 2020 and kind of what we're coming together with. But feed your mind positivity.
Yeah.
Your body and your workout routine with positivity. Surround yourself with positive alliance members, positive people. Don't be the smartest person in the room because I guarantee you, I don't care who you are, you're not. Level yourself up by being in a room with people that are better than you and take away one thing from every conversation you have with somebody during the day and try to apply that somewhere in your personal or business life. I guarantee if you take that mindset, and it doesn't have to be everything that you hear, just there's something. I guarantee you hear that old adage of you can hear me, but you're not listening.
Yeah.
Right. My wife tells me that all the time. So I'm I get it, but you listen to what people are telling you, be attentive what they're telling you. There's going to be a golden nugget once a day in your life somewhere. I get it constantly with these guys, Doc and Casey. I get it constantly with some of the people I deal with, some of even some of my clients. Just be positive. Not everything is bad. Yeah, we're not pushing the fact that 2020 was a shit show for a lot of people. We're compassionate to that. We get that. We understand that. But what we're trying to push, the agenda we're pushing is to put your service before self.
Yeah.
Stay in a positive mental state of mind. Surround yourself with good people. And if you need help, ask. Our whole alliance is here for that. That's all we do is help each other out. Go back and listen to last week. The RVBA Alliance, we killed it this year. And it's not to be boastful or bragful, but we did it because we help each other out.
Yeah, it's not bragging if it's true. And here's the other thing. None of us could have done that. None of us could have done that without all of us.
Absolutely.
Right? So BJ Harrison.
Yeah.
Boss Tint, right? Boss Tint. I mean, here's a guy, let me just say this, man. This is a young man. We did not start off as friends, right? Did not know where that relationship was going. This is a great relationship. He's an RVBA member, supporter, Air Force veteran, amazing guy. And, again, you just don't know where the good you put out in the world, right? The good you put out in the world, you don't know where that's going to come back on that chain, on that cycle.
Yeah.
Right? People you may interact, you may stop in a pool stop and visit with Harvey Rippey for 30 seconds. Right. And the next thing you know, bam, you got a referral. He's like, you know what? You should call that Jeff Skinner guy because he was a nice kid. He was up here in my office. He was talking about this, that, and the other he needed for his pool. And I just like that guy. You just don't know where. So putting that positive down, what Jeff's talking about when he's saying what you're putting in the ground today is what you're going to be harvesting. What you're going to be. You're going to sow this today in 2, 4, and 6 weeks. So quarter 1, right? That's what you're going to be. That's going to be coming up out of the ground. So put the good down. And hey, Doc, thank you for giving a shout out. We know you're in Purgatory, Colorado.
Look,
right? He's
here's the
struggling.
deal, guys, is it's not too late. And I want to touch base on what you're saying real quick, Casey, because yeah, you know what? 2020 Q4, some of us, it was chaotic. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm blessed. It was so busy that I'm like, what the hell happened? If you did not take the time to plan quarter 1 for 2021, don't give up on yourself right now. Don't. Just start this weekend.
Yeah.
Go have a good time tonight. Drink your freaking mimosas in the morning. Do whatever you got to do. Saturday, Sunday, get to the grind and start planning it. You know,
mimosas. Skip the mimosas. Just go have fajita lunch.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Just go have fajitas and black coffee. But here's the deal, man. You got a 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
Right? That's a free throw, dog. It's a 4-day weekend. Don't watch the national championship. Shit, it didn't even till next Friday now. Anyway, so right, like who gives a shit about watching Notre Dame or USC in some bowl game with nobody there, man? Get your vision board. Take advantage. This is a free throw. Drill down on some opportunity to get yourself ready for 2021. Go for it. I mean, look, man, if you leave nothing on the board, what's the worst thing that can happen if you completely go all in and go for it?
Dude,
right.
Everything can happen. Everything can happen. I went all in this year and I put everything on the line and I fell short of hitting a very, very unreachable goal, but I fell short by like 3%. You know what? That's a freaking win to me, brother.
Yeah.
All damn day.
Yeah.
All day. Surround yourself with good people, boys, girls, and go enjoy your New Year's. Casey, thanks for taking the time. Doc, love you, brother. We miss you. Hope you and the family are having a good time. Happy New Year to everybody. We're always here for you guys. Go out, be safe. Don't be a dumbass. If you drink, don't drive. It's very simple.
If you drive, call me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Call Uber. The some bitches aren't.
Look, man, look. Do not. That's a risk you don't need to take, man. Y'all are all over. Y'all are all over 13. Don't do it.
Hey, Casey, I love you, brother. Thank you for everything, man. Have a good night. Go enjoy the family.
Happy New Year. I'll see you next year, sir.
That's it, brother. Take care.